What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Celtics Daily Channel with me, Mike Zakarian. After a weird weekend of basketball hoops. Also, happy beginning start to the holiday week if you are stateside. Hope you get through it's Monday, but is it Monday? Because it's kind of like a Thursday. You know what I'm saying? We're like already halfway through the week. It's a beautiful thing. We'll be grinding away this week. We'll have a video for you Monday and Tuesday, and then maybe like sporadically through the rest of the week. I'm not going to guarantee that after I have some turkey, I'm going to fire up a video, I want to know myself and I want to know my limitations as we head into a holiday week. But before we get into what was topsy-turvy, if you will, weekend of Celtics basketball, do me a favor, like the video. Also, hype the video. I'm still learning about what these hype points are. But I'm sure hype it up, hype this up, hit the subscribe to, and yeah, that'll do it. Let's get into it. So let's start with the good news. The Celtics did get a W on Sunday, a home W to move back to one game over 500. They are now 9-8. They got the win 138-129 against the Orlando Magic. And I mean, holy smokes. If you went to the game on Sunday hoping for points, that is what you got. I can't do this math off the top of my head, but it feels like it's 267. How did we do? I think that's right. 267 points. I'll throw some bad news in there. Some Nemias Queta, who started off so hot. 6 points and 2 boards in just 6 minutes of basketball. He then rolls his ankle, does not return to the game. We will get back to that in a little bit because I do think that is going to be a problem if he's going to miss extended period of time, which, yeah, that's where we're at. We're like, if Queta misses, we might be boned. But JB was back to doing JB stuff, man. The efficiency, again, is just off the charts for this guy. So 35 points, 14 for 26 shooting. And the thing is, like, whenever we see a Celtic just pop off like that, I just kind of assume, I'm sure he hit like 8 triples, right? No, he only hit 2. Went 2 for 6 from 3. Got to the line 7 times, which was good to see. Also had 8 dimes and 4 rebounds. And then Peyton Pritchard, man, he's finding it. Only 1 for 4 from 3. But what I love to see from him, and again, I feel like he has been slowing down in second halves of the game, but almost more importantly, like in those first halves, setting the tone early and getting involved. He did a great job facilitating some offense. He was just diming up everybody in the first half. Finished the game 19 points on 9 for 16 shooting, right? He had 8 dimes, 5 boards, only 1 turnover, also had 2 swipes in there, which was good to see. And then Derek White led all rebounders for the Celtics with 7 boards. I think that's like 2 or 3. Actually, we'll have to wait. I'll look at the Brooklyn game. But, I mean, we had Peyton Pritchard lead the team in rebounding just a couple of games ago. Now it's Derek White. He finished with 16, 7, and 5. 5 stocks on this one. And then, let's do Orlando before we look at the Celtics bench here. So Orlando was also really thinned out. This was like my kind of basketball. I know they're all over 6 feet, but you took all the big men out. And if you take the big men out, I think the Celtics are a pretty fun basketball team. No offense, Nemi. I'm just saying if no one else is allowed to have a real center, I like our Celtics chances. So the Magic last night, they were without Goga Bitadze. They were also without Wendell Carter Jr., so they ran out Franz Wagner, Tristan da Silva, the 2 Germans together, and then Mr. Orlando Robinson, who you probably don't know, spent some time with the Miami Heat, cups of coffee, some other organizations as well. Desmond Bane was out there. They also had no Jalen Suggs in this game, so Anthony Black got the start, and then it was just, chat GPT names and kids from other NBA players, right? Jamal Cain got some minutes, Noah Penda got some minutes, and then Jett Howard, Juwan Howard's kid, and Jason Richardson's kid, both played over 20 minutes. And listen, dude, shout out Jett Howard. Jett Howard and Jace Richardson, these 2 rooks, I guess Jett Howard's not a rookie anymore, but they combined for 48 points. 48 points, and that's the only reason this game got close. Orlando outscored Boston 40-28 in the fourth quarter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what year it is. If the Celtics have a big lead in the fourth quarter, they're going to make your bums get a little tighter. All right? They just can't help it. I don't know if they just like to be entertainers. I don't know if they like that anxiety flop sweat that you get, but that's what they do, man. But the Celtics hold on. They get the W. I want to get back to their bench here because, listen, man, if you told me Nemi goes down in the first 6 minutes, from what I know of this Celtics roster, from what I know of what Mazzulla has done rotationally speaking, I would assume Luka Garza would have just been out there running around, especially without the Magic having a big boy that could beat them down, right? Not only was that not the case, Joe, it's like Joe, hey, he's like, oh, you think you know what I'm going to do? You don't know me. That's what he's saying. Luka Garza, not only did he not play a lot, he didn't play at all. Luka didn't get into the game. DNP, not because of an ankle, not because of a hammy, but because of Joe's brain. DNP coach's decision. He and Xavier Tillman, the only other big that we got on this roster, were the two guys that didn't play in this game. I don't understand. I don't understand. And then Chris Boucher, who couldn't bribe Joe for minutes, plays 14 minutes, and I got to tell you, disappointing. He had 1 point. He didn't take a single official shot, but he got to the line, went 1 for 2, had 3 stocks. There you go, Chris. Sammy Hauser hit 4 triples last night. Good to see him get the ball go down. Josh Minot played 20 minutes. Anthony Simons got going. He had 23 points in 22 minutes. And Baylor Shireman and Hugo Gonzalez each played 9 and 10 minutes respectively. I think Joe probably looked at what Orlando had, and they're like, we're not scared of Orlando Robinson. We're not scared of Jonathan Isaac. So let's do some small ball. And what they did, which I thought was kind of fun, is they put Josh Minot at the 5. And they're like, let's vibe. Let's vibe with Why Not Minot. Also, I saw a great quote from Minot. I believe it was Noah Dozell from CLNS Media. Asked him, how it felt, essentially, having getting the opportunity to start and then having that opportunity taken away. And he was like, I'm going to butcher the quote. I don't have it in front of me. But it was basically like, if I was poor and you gave me $20 and then you take it away, it's like, I already know what it's like not to have the $20 or something along those lines. It was a good quote, but what a bad job by your host right now to be like, here's a great quote and then not have it ready. Go look it up. Go look it up. But to play the small ball 5, I thought was kind of fun. The problem is, right? Let's just assume Keita with the rolled ankle. I believe we'll get a more detailed report today. If Keita's going to miss some time, man, you can't do this against most teams. If you play a team with a real center, all of a sudden things get a little bit dicey. And if we look at their upcoming schedule here, and again, we're going to talk about the other game from this weekend, but if you look at their upcoming schedule here, you got Jalen Duren on Wednesday night in the Detroit Pistons. You have Naz Reid, Rudy Gobert, and Julius Randle on Saturday. You have the Twin Towers of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley on the Sunday. Then on Tuesday, December 2nd, it's Karl Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson. Then we get the Wizards, which is nice. Then it's DeAndre Ayton, whatever. Toronto's got Jakob Poeltl. Miami, you're not really, Bam and Khalil Ware. But, it's just, you're putting yourself in a really tough situation. And I don't know, the small ball 5 thing, it's cute. It's a nice wrinkle. It's like when you face Pedro Martinez and Kurt Schilling, and then all of a sudden Tim Wakefield comes out and throws a knuckleball at you. You're like, whoa, what the hell's this? How am I supposed to hit this? I'm used to 95 miles an hour, and now I'm getting 48, right? And so that is kind of like when you're used to being like, hey, we have to go up against centers, and then all of a sudden it's me that's the center. You're like, oh, I don't know how to do this. Remember when J.J. Barea was covering LeBron James in the finals way back when? That kind of thing, where it works for a second, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, man, we're just a lot bigger than them. Let's beat them into the ground. And I imagine that is what is going to happen if we have to do this. Again, I'm glad they did it. Shut up. Anything is potable, still potable. Shout out, still potable, because they brought this up too, of just being like, I wanted to see them mess around with the small ball 5. I agree. I think it was a sharp move in the moment. But again, I don't think you can do that for 30 minutes a game. This is something you come out of a timeout and you're like, when teams sometimes hey, let's mess around and play some zone. That same thing. Hey, we're just gonna throw something at them for a little bit, make them make an adjustment, and then okay, we can go back. But if that's your only option, and then all of a sudden teams are game planning for you to do it, completely changes the effectiveness of it, right? If you threw Tim Wakefield 5 days a week, I think the teams figure out how to hit knuckleballs, I guess is my point. Shout out Tim Wakefield, RIP, baby. Let's get into the bad news. Anything else. I'm saying this like it's a live stream, which, by the way, if you haven't checked out the NBA Bit, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m., baby. We're breaking down all things hoops. Come hang out. It's a good time. It is a good time. Also, if you're in the fantasy basketball streets or you like sprinkling little parlays and stuff in there, I'll put it in the comments today. But I started a blog, a Substack. I think I have to say Substack, right? That's more professional than blog. Like 2 weeks ago, and Monday through Friday we fire it out there. I actually write it right before I record this. It's called Bagel with Locks. How about that, huh? Bagel with Locks. It's some real New York energy, but we spelled Lock. All right. It's play on words. But we just kind of break down the slates, throw some picks out there, talk about injuries, crap like that. Go check that out. Forget where I was going. Oh, yeah, but I was saying, like, I don't know if there's anything else from this Orlando-Boston game to take away. The one thing I will say, I was happy to see the Celtics bounce back a little bit. Orlando's been playing good basketball. I know they've been thinned out a little bit. They got off to a rough start. But ironically enough, since Paolo has gone down, the teams look better. Anthony Black, I think, is a good player. Desmond Bane has finally started to look like the guy that they traded for. So, I think it's still a good win, specifically because of what the hell happened on Friday. I don't know if they just decided as a team, as an organization, we're not interested in going to Las Vegas in December, which I find hurtful because I'm going to be there. And there was a part of me that, like, listen, I knew they weren't going to finish in the Final Four, but I was like, I don't know, man, maybe they got a shot. Maybe they got a shot. And then at home against the Brooklyn Nets, just drop a dookie. I don't understand how that happened. They lose 113-105. And honestly, this wasn't like, oh, they played. I mean, they did play bad, but Brooklyn was straight up the better team. Michael Porter Jr. went bonkers in this game, and they just let go of the rope. They had a 6-point lead at the end of the first quarter, and then they lose by 15 in the second. They gave up 40 points in the second, and then they fight back a little bit at the end. But they were down 9 at halftime. They were down 15 going into the fourth. They outscored them by 7 to make it look like a closer game. But Michael Porter Jr. just went nuts. 33 points and 8 boards in this game on 13 for 21 shooting. Nick freaking Claxton. I don't know if the Celtics decided they weren't going to trade for Nick Claxton, but they wanted to prop up his trade value. Nick Claxton looked like he was Nikola Jokic diming stuff up. He had 18 points, 11 boards, 12 dimes. I'm just like, unbelievable. He was a plus 18 in his 35 minutes. MPJ was a plus 13. I mean, it was just batch. I mean, Noah Clowney went for 19 points. What? It was just an embarrassing game from the Celtics. I mean, JB did JB stuff. He had 26 points on 9 for 18 shooting. I thought Pritchard played well in this game. Like, he had 13 and 4. The 3 didn't fall, but again, it was like another solid first half and then fell apart. Jordan Walsh has been good in his minutes, but the bench was just a disaster. Anthony Simons cooked, man. He got 33 minutes. He had 23 points. Got kind of cooked on defense, but at least he's getting his freaking minutes. Luka Garza had 7. I mean, the bench, ready? Hugo was somehow a plus 12 in 5 minutes, mathematically speaking. I don't know how the hell that happened. Baylor Shireman a minus 8 in 11 minutes. Simons a minus 10 in his 33 minutes. Hauser a minus 6. Hauser with a little Tony Snell. Well, there wasn't Tony Snell. He had 4 rebounds and 2 assists. 0 for 3 from 3. 0 for 3 from the field. Missed everything. But this is an embarrassing loss. And I honestly, in my mind, yesterday, I thought this today's Monday. Yesterday, I thought the Celtics were playing the Magic on Monday, and I was getting ready to record the video for today. And I was like, it was all bad news, and I was going to be doing sell everybody, just get on it was going to call it, be said like trade targets, and then it was just sell everybody. Because I just don't know how I mean, Brooklyn at the start of the season, teams don't say this. Teams don't say this anymore, right? You can't say it. Their owner at the beginning of the season, Joe Tsai, was like, we got to lose games this year. This is like, because they don't have their first-round pick moving forward. This is like the last real first-rounder that they have. I think because of the James Harden trade maybe with the Rockets. I think that's right. So, like, they've gone out of their way being like, we are going to lose, baby. Brooklyn now has 3 Ws. They have 3 wins. One, I think, is against the Indiana Pacers, right? Let's see. They've beaten the Celtics, the Wizards, and the Pacers. How are the Celtics on that list? At home. And I know you're going to be like, well, it's hard to beat the same team twice in a row. Not when it's the Nets, man. Not when it's the Nets. Dude, look at the guys that played minutes in this game. Look at the minutes. Tyrese Martin, Drake Powell. I like Drake Powell. Day'Ron Sharp, Zaire Williams. Just Yegor Demon. Just an embarrassing loss, man. Brutal stuff. Brutal stuff. I hate it. I don't. I'm glad we get the win against Orlando. Like, that's good. So maybe we can start this holiday season in a little bit of a better mood. Celtics are the 10 seed now. They are a half game behind the Magic. They are one game, I believe, ahead of the Milwaukee Bucks. And again, listen, like, you could look at the standings and be like, well, Mike, if you look at it, they're only 3 games behind the Raptors, who are a 2 seed. And, like, yeah, of course. But, like, you can't I've said this a couple of times. Their margin for error is too thin. It's too thin to be losing games to teams that are trying to lose on purpose. Like, they've lost to the Nets once, the Sixers twice, I think, the Magic once. They've lost to the Jazz. Like, it's not great, Bob. It's not great, Bob. Anyways, well, whatever. I'm too worked up. Let's laugh at some stuff and then we'll get out of here. Ja Morant and Klay Thompson were yelling at each other this weekend. I don't know if you've missed that. If we bounce around the league a little bit, Ja Morant, who didn't play the game, was calling Klay Thompson a bum. Klay Thompson was like trying to fight people. And then Klay was listen, I'm Team Klay. I love Klay Thompson. He's been like one of my favorite non-Celtic players, and he's in his washed era. But that happens to everybody. You know what? You get older. And this stuff happens. I will say, like, it is, I think Klay after the game said, Ja Morant talks a lot of someone who refuses to take accountability for anything, which is like some real, I've been to therapy, but then I'm using it in a way that's negative. And I was like, shout out Klay for talking. But I also, like, you remember Klay Thompson, Google Klay Thompson, Rodney Magruder. Which, as I said Magruder, I was nervous. I said Magruder, but it was Magruder. Yeah, just go back and Google that. Because, like, Klay, I've seen you do this dance before, sir. And if anything, maybe more disrespectful than what Ja was saying. But, man, vibes are, like, if you're nervous about the Celtics, me yelling about the Brooklyn Nets, I'm just going to rattle off a couple of things for you to help you feel a little bit better, okay? New Orleans Pelicans. They don't own their first-round pick. They have won 2 games this season. They are 2-15. Atlanta has their first-round pick. Sacramento Kings report came out this weekend. They did it was a picture of everybody on the Sacramento Kings, and they said everybody but Keegan Murray and Nick Clifford, the rookie, on the trade block. Sabonis is going to miss a month, by the way. We did all this crap about, like, potential Sabonis trades. He's going to miss a month. DeRozan, Levine, they're all on the market. No, thank you. Let's see. The Mavericks have only won 5 games. The Clippers have only won 5 games. So, listen, it might feel bad, but don't worry. It's bad. It's bad for everybody. Let's get into some of your comments from the most recent video. And just a reminder, too, do me a favor. Like the show, like the video. Hit that hype and subscribe to the channel. Come on now. AJB says Gafford and Big Zubats are my 2 biggest wants for the team this year. Try to get KP on the low in the offseason. I don't hate that. Yeah, Zubats is interesting because I was like, there's no way the Clippers would do that. I actually still don't think the Clippers would sell. They do have to extend Zubats, though, I believe, soon. Zubats last night in a loss to the Cavaliers, man, went nuts. It was Kawhi's first game back, too. Cavs won at 120-105. But Zubats in 33 minutes had 33 points and 18 boards. What? Big Z. I love Zubats. I'm open to that. I think it'd be a little bit expensive, but I'm open to it. And Gafford, yeah, of course. Unapologetic American said I definitely went to school. Whoa, listen, I'll be full transparency. This is like borderline Anchorman Ron Burgundy stuff. I'm not fully reading the comments ahead of time. I'm just reading it in real time. An unapologetic American said, I definitely went to school with you. I graduated a year ahead of you. Love the channel. What school are we talking? We talking high school, college? I'll flex a little bit. Graduate school? Yeah, what are we talking about here? Coach Dreadhead said, "How about Simons and two future picks, first and the second for Gafford and Hardy?" Dude, I do like me. I like me a little Hardy. Jaden Hardy party. He's a little flamethrower off the bench. He's kind of been usurped by Brandon Williams, but I like Hardy. I do like Hardy. I also a funny thing that happens because it happens to me too when I write it. Every time you type Simons, it auto corrects to Simmons. And I like that other people are struggling with that as well as I am because it happens all the time. Yeah, dude, I'm all for Gafford. A lot of people are saying it too. LB was saying Danny G for sure. Fergus Hart saying I love the Gafford trade with Love and Svi. Yeah, shout out Weisberg who cooked with that. Ronaldo said if the C's are getting anything from Dallas, it should be Cooper Flag. Wishful thinking, I know, but that's just me. Dallas should just trade Flag now. No, listen, I know Bill Simmons is throwing this out there, and everyone's like, if Cooper Flag's from Maine, he's gonna want to play in Massachusetts. I don't, I don't know if that's true, but hey, man, I'm down. I'm down. Yeah, a lot of Gafford love in the chat there. I see Adiz in there. Yeah, nobody wants Anthony Davis. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, that's going to do it. That's going to do it for us here today. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. Again, we'll fire up a video again tomorrow as well. And then I think I'm probably going to take Wednesday and Thursday off unless anything spicy happens. And then maybe from on location, I'll get something to you on Friday or Saturday. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the sub on the way out. And, sorry for yelling about the Nets, but that's what we do.